Good evening, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you. Good evening. The Tax Abatement Committee will hold a public hearing today. I hereby call this meeting to order. The Tax Abatement I hereby call this meeting to order. The Tax Abatement Committee will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, October 26, 2021 at 6:05 p.m. via video conference. Meeting can be viewed at https://bit.ly/3VPSPFS or joined by telephone at 301-715-8592 or 312-626-6799 and enter webinar ID 917-9489-5606 and add phone voice only passcode 690-16112. We will be hearing the following 5 items. Item 1, LM-2021-0385, order concerning real property taxes of William Jackson on motor vehicle tax account 76454 and 75158. Item 2, LM-2021-0392, order concerning real property taxes of Tamika Flowers on her motor vehicle tax account numbers 953874, tax account number 67320, and 6778. For the committee, action only, items 3, 4, and 5. Item 3, LM-2021-0393, order abating deferred collection of real property taxes due from Eunice Johnson on her residence for grand list of 2020. Item 4, LM-2021-0407, order abating deferred collection of real property taxes due from Patricia Kane on her residence grand list of 2020. And last but not least, item 5, LM-2021-0408, order abating deferring collection of real property taxes due from Livwood Garland on his residence for grand list of 2016 through 2020. These items are on file and available at the office of the City Town Clerk, 200 Orange Street, room 202, New Haven, per order, Honorable Jose Crespo, Chair, attest, Honorable Michael B. Smart, City Clerk. If you need a disability-related accommodation, please call 3 business days in advance at 203-946-7651 voice or 203-946-8582 TTY. The public may send public comment to public testimony at newhavenct.gov. Again, public testimony at newhavenct.gov, or join the meeting via video conference. The meeting can be viewed at the URL that was provided earlier and joined by telephone with the information that was provided early on. Without any further ado, I would like to greet the committee, and I would like for all my committee members to please welcome yourself, and I will start with my vice chair.
Okay, Ernie Santiago, Ward 15.
Welcome, Mr. Vice Chair.
Abby Roth, Ward 7.
Welcome, Alder Roth.
Frank Douglas, Ward 2.
Thank you, Alder Douglas. Welcome.
Alder Singh, Ward 5, Hill South.
Thank you, Alder Singh.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for joining us.
Alder Ortiz, Ward 17.
How you doing, Alder Ortiz? Good to see you. And for the record, I would like to recognize my colleague, Alder Salvatore DeCola. Thank you for joining us. At this time, I would like to ask staff, Don, if there is anyone for items 1 and 2 present.
No, they're not here.
Okay. So I would allow, now that it's 10 past the hour, I would allow them an additional minute before I would entertain the public to provide us with any pros or cons. So let's give it another minute. I know sometimes folks may have a little bit of difficulty. You know what? I'll do one better. Why don't we skip to items 3 to 5 and then return to items 1 and 2? So for items 3, 4, and 5, these are deferred collection of or order debating the real property taxes. These are 3 different individuals that meet the criteria. They meet the necessary guidelines per our state, and they have also conversed with Don to ensure that they qualify. These are all 3 of them are repeat. They are coming before this committee once again because they have in the past received this tax abatement. So at this time, I would like to reach out to the committee and see if there's any feedback, any comment. Alderman Roth?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I guess I move items 3 through 5.
Second,
The items have been moved and they have been seconded.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
you haven't closed the public portion yet to go into deliberations.
correct. So at this time, I would like, that's why in the beginning, I didn't entertain any motions. I said if there was any feedback or comments. So I would like to ask my colleague Alderman Roth if you're willing to take back your motion,
I will withdraw my motion until the public portion is closed.
Mr. Vice Chair.
no, I don't want to take my second. No, yeah, I'm kidding. Yeah, yeah, I'll take it back.
So just because we're just we're in discussion, because the other 2 participants have not been present. At this time, we're going to go and allow for items 1 and 2 for these individuals to be sent another message to come to our committee next month or the month after. And let's do it like this. Does anyone from the public have any feedback in favor or against going once? Does the general public have any comments with items 1 through 5 going twice? Does anybody from the public wish to testify on items from 1 through 5, pro or against? Don, before I make any acceptance of any motion to close the public portion of this meeting, do you have anyone on standby or anyone trying to come in?
Nope, there's nobody else on waiting to come in.
Nobody waiting, nobody, okay. At this time, I would entertain a motion to close the public portion of this meeting from items 1 through 5.
So move.
I hear a
Second.
motion, I hear a second. Discussion. Go ahead, Mr. Chair, Mr. Vice Chair.
I got actually I had my hand up from before. I got a few questions on this. First, are we doing a discussion on all of them, right? From 1 to 5?
Correct.
Okay. First, the first 2, I see the notes, and it said that they paid their taxes. Are they looking for refunds, or that's the reason that they're not even in the call because they already paid the taxes?
So, great question. I'm wondering if we should close the public portion meeting first and then proceed to.
Oh yeah, we haven't voted yet. That's it, yeah.
So why don't we just take care of the public portion first and then engage in that conversation?
Yeah.
Just as a point of order. Is that all right with you, Mr. Vice Chair? Is that okay with you, Mr. Vice Chair?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
All right, so if there's no discussion, everyone in favor to close the public portion of this meeting, please indicate with an aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstention? The ayes have it. This public portion of the meeting has ended. Now we can enter into the discussion of how we're going to deliberate these items. And I would entertain motions for items 1 through items 3. Mr. Vice Chair.
On the Roth, I think she made the motion, and I second it. You want to redo it?
Okay.
This, Alder Roth.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, I guess I'll move items 3 through 5.
Second?
The items have been moved in second discussion.
Okay, she said 3 to 5, so we're not doing 1 and 2 yet, right?
Not yet, correct.
Okay, so well, I guess, since they already qualify and if I heard correctly, because my computer's, the volume is kind of messed up. I did hear that they qualify. This is not the first time, right?
Correct.
Oh, so then, it's a given. If they still qualify, I move that we grant it.
Yep, it's been moved, and you seconded it, and per my discussion today with
Yep.
Don and Al, these are individuals that have qualified in the past. They actually approached, they've called Don, they've done the numbers once again, and they've gone through the criteria, and they qualify once more. So it'll be up to us to whether we approve it or not.
I guess we should.
And one of the things that I will add is that during the discussion that I had with Don is trying to see if we should have them join us for a meeting, because it's a once a year type of thing. And I understand that if we move in the future to have it in person, these individuals many times are elderly. So it's a little bit difficult. And that is why they would automatically just call Don and then he will take care of the paperwork, because I was going to suggest to either see them once in person or through Zoom, just to give them an opportunity to come before us. But we can definitely talk about that in the future and see how we can go and proceed with that particular strategy. Just as we have other folks come before us, also give an opportunity for them just once a year come before us, have a conversation with us, so that we can go ahead and proceed with approving. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor to approve item 3. Before I continue, Alder Singh, did you have something to say?
I will support the motion that for the elderly constituent that cannot show up in person. I do support your suggestion to, if they could, attend in Zoom, because of
Yeah,
ability to show up. So I encourage that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
indeed, of course. You're welcome, Alder Singh. So without further ado, all in favor to approve items 3 to 4 for them to get a tax abatement, please indicate it with an eye.
Aye.
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 The ayes have it. Or any abstention? Any nays? The ayes have it. I would entertain motions for items 1 and items 2.
So moved.
I hear a motion. What would you like?
Second?
Motion has been moved in second. Mr. Vice Chair, what would you wish in that motion?
Okay. My question, like before, I'm gonna repeat my question again, because like I said, I read the notes, and it seems that they both paid,
Yes.
and I guess that might be the reason that they're not even here in the Zoom, because since they paid, it's over with, because it doesn't say anything about any refunds. I mean, what were they looking for for clarification?
That is a great question. As a point of clarity, I too had that doubt. However, these two individuals were actually invited to attend tonight's meeting, and they're both, it appears that they've already paid the taxes, but they're seeking a reimbursement. I believe for item 1, the alleged story is that the vehicle was taken, and there's no way to recoup that vehicle, but there's no proof to suggest that. And I believe on the second item, based on the literature or the information we received, the individual was the name was used fraudulently to register the vehicle. But the point of clarity that I'm looking at is, if it was done in 2016,
Yes.
the report was not done until at least 3 years later. So there's a discrepancy as to what actually did happen. And there's too many questions, and that is why they were both invited to tonight's meeting.
Oh, good, because I also read and I think we have a report, a letter from motor vehicles, from the inspector from motor. I read all that, but it doesn't specify what they're looking for. And he
Correct.
figures that, and it was like what, 13, 14, and 15 that happened
It
with
was,
2021. So like you said, there's a time lapse
Yep.
that they should have gotten it. Like the one that says that did not have somebody registered the vehicle in somebody else's name. That was what, 5, 6 years ago.
14, 15, and 16.
It's too much time passing by.
Yep.
And also, I don't want to, it's not that I'm rich or nothing, but the amount of money I don't think is, is too, relevant. I mean, don't get me wrong. I could use $300, $400 right now, but I think that's the reason they're not here because they paid and they figure it's more of a headache to,
Yeah.
to be honest,
Any other
So
alder?
that's what I think. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Any other alder wish to comment? Provide feedback? Well, I have to agree, Mr. Vice Chair, but I mean, at this point, the money or the amount is irrelevant as far as what I'm seeking with regards to validity.
Yeah.
Did it actually happen? As you say that it happened, where's the proof? Because I did see also that comment that the DMV sent a letter to the tax collector. I'm more interested of seeing what exactly the letter in itself consists of in order for us to make a determination whether or not it's valid and seeing if there's any way for reimbursement to be made in a, of course, we're not going to provide cash back, but maybe we can give them a credit and say maybe for future we can use that credit for future accounts. And then of course the other item, there's just not enough info for me to feel comfortable with any tax abatement for either or reimbursement for that matter. So at this point, I know that there's a motion on the table. It's been seconded. I think all we need to do is just re-invite them to come back down. I don't know if there's anything you want to add on with, if there's any additional information, and if 22 minutes after the fact, if they've been able to join us.
I will try to get a hold of them to attend next month's meeting
Okay.
or
So,
find out if they even want to continue.
You
Yes.
got it. So, Mr. Vice Chair,
And I don't know if I read the same one. Isn't this the second time they come? They invited?
It's the second time for Mr. Williams.
for one of them, yep, Mr. Williams.
So it'd be the third one if we invite him again, right?
Correct.
Okay, just to make sure that I read correctly, because my eyesight's not too good either. I just got glasses that I can't find
There
them.
you go. You can borrow
No,
mine.
I got glasses. I just can't find them. Yeah, I feel old, so I can't even find my new glasses I got last week. So I'll find them. They're somewhere here. But no, yeah, that's why I just want to make sure that usually we give two chances, but you're the chair. If you want to give one more, I agree with that.
I think one more, just to reach out, do our due
I agree.
diligence. And the problem, Mr. Vice Chair, would be if the glasses are in your face and you still can't find them. But that's just a side piece.
Go to the nearest drugstore and buy some cheaters, would you please?
Yes, I have done that. I have gone crazy looking for 30 minutes or more for my glasses, and they're in my face. Yeah, but let's focus back. The motion has been moved, has been seconded, but at this point, I don't think a motion is necessary, but of course, we can move to listen to these individuals, give them another opportunity, if that's what this committee wishes to do. But Don, if you can help me out here, it's been moved and seconded, but what exactly, I mean, the action that we're looking for is to have them back.
You don't have,
No action, right? No action.
basically, you're just passing it over, so that's,
So I would like to ask my vice chair if he would withdraw his motion
I will gladly withdraw it. Yeah.
in the second from Alder Roth.
I'm happy to withdraw it as well. Thank you.
And perfect, I appreciate you both, and at this time, we're just gonna pass over these items. There's no action at this time from this committee. We would allow for Mr. Williams to come again. This will be the third attempt. At that particular meeting, we can make recommendations if he does not appear to leave to withdraw. And then, of course, Ms. Flowers attend, we can certainly listen to her. If not, give her a third opportunity to come on the following meeting and then proceed with appropriate action once we get to that particular bridge. Seeing that there's no more items to be discussed at this time, it is appropriate to entertain a motion to adjourn, but before we do so, Mr. Vice Chair.
Yeah, I'm sorry to go back. I just realized something. You know what, never mind. We will discuss it next month because I also read that we already forgave the interest in one of them.
Well, we're still in discussion.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
did, that is something that caught my attention, that
Yeah.
the individual seeking reimbursement paid for the taxes once we gave them a tax abatement for the interest.
Yeah.
And
Because I read that, I'm like, yeah.
so one of the things that I asked Don was, would it be appropriate at this time to provide any reimbursement, given that I don't recollect that the vehicles were, there was a police report during granted, this person didn't come before us, but once it's a UC item, it goes directly to the agenda, so we don't have an opportunity to listen to them. But I don't recollect at all ever hearing that this was a matter of fraudulent action being the reason why they're paying their taxes in full, versus saying, I'm not paying for the taxes because it's fraudulent, so let's rectify it. But that's a good observation. That is a good observation. Any additional questions or comments from the committee? Alder Singh?
No, Mr. Chair, no additional question.
Alder Ortiz?
Thank you. None at this time.
Alder Douglas?
No questions?
Alder Roth?
No questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have no questions.
Mr. Vice Chair?
I'm good. Thank you.
Seeing that there are no additional questions, I hereby entertain any motion to adjourn.
We're adjourned?
I'm entertaining a motion.
Oh, so move.
Second?
The motion has been moved and seconded. No discussion is item needed. All in favor indicated with an eye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays?
Aye.
Any abstention? The ayes have it. Have a good night. God bless.
All right. Nice to see you guys. Be safe, right? Stay safe.
Everyone.
Thank you. Stay
Where are
safe.
you? Right here?
Yo, keep your eyes on the road, Douglas.